Live from the sewers, this is Rats of the Roundtable, a podcast about interesting ideas and other people's personal lives.
Hi, I'm Leah Lamarr.
And I'm Bella Hull.
And welcome to Rats of the Roundtable.
Please do not listen if you are operating heavy machinery, are a blood relative, or an ex-boyfriend.
We are not responsible for hurting your feelings.
Welcome
to Rats of the Roundtable. Oh my god, that table's like so round.
That's so round. That's so round. Oh my god, that table's like so round. So round.
My name's Bella Hull.
I'm Leah Lamarr.
And today we have an exquisite guest. Welcome to the podcast, Harriet Kemsley.
Hi, guys.
How are you doing, Harriet?
Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you.
Can I just say you have perfect hair?
Oh my God, I got sent these things that make it do this, and it takes like 10 minutes.
That's the first thing I noticed.
Yeah, like the crimps.
Because you really suit that like sexy crimpy style.
Oh my God,
My jealousy is at a 10.
Gorgeous.
It takes like, I would never do it if it involved any kind of like hard work or effort, and it doesn't, and so I do it. And
it looks gorgeous and polished.
That's fair.
Thank
but also not
you.
polished in an uptight way. Polished in a way that's like, you know what? I'm just tousled.
Yes, sometimes I forget to do like the back, and then I think it looks slightly nuts, but
yes.
I can't see it, so
Yeah, it's not
Business
I'm
in the front, party in the back.
I'm going around
Yeah,
unknowing.
it's
Yeah,
business in the back,
Yeah.
party in the front. Because
Yeah.
is your hair naturally straight?
It's naturally like very like yes, straight.
Okay.
That's the word. Yeah. It just hangs kind of and sticks to my face. I've got a round face, and so I feel like this maybe stops it from just like
Sticking to your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
I think it's beautiful when your hair sticks to your head anyway.
Thanks, Bella.
I think
You
that it's
both have
really
lovely
valid.
hair.
Oh. Don't
Okay,
get me
go on.
started on my hair. That's
Please.
really nice.
One more compliment. But before we go in, I think we should just give our guests a little introduction on Harriet.
Yeah, please do.
Harriet Kemsley is a wonderful stand-up comedian and writer who's been all over TV on Live at the Apollo, 8 out of 10 Cats, does Countdown, and has got a new special out on 800-Pound Gorilla. She's also just back from Sweden, where the rats are blonde-haired and blue-eyed. Is that true?
Yeah, I guess they are.
Wow. Aryan
Yes.
rats.
And speaking of rats, that is
That is the rat that we have.
this is the
here.
rat, and
He's beautiful.
he does require an offering to be on the podcast.
I'll turn him off again.
But the thing is, like, I didn't know that there was going to be so many like rats involved with this podcast.
Yeah.
I will say, like, nobody warned me because I actually have a bad history with rats. And so,
Do you?
Yes.
This
Oh my
podcast
God,
could be healing for you then.
I just had a
Well,
bit of if you have any offerings to give him, you can just give him a piece of advice if you want.
Yeah, or jewelry.
Stay the fuck away from me.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
That's my advice for the
Piece of
rats.
advice.
Yeah.
This is awkward. Okay, what was your rat trauma?
I bought a house for the first time 3 years ago.
Congratulations.
Wow,
Thank
mazel
you.
tov.
We moved in. It was infested with rats.
In London as well, I feel like you don't see rats that much in
Yeah.
London.
How did we not know beforehand? Were there just
you would think it would be clear that there was. I think the lady that lived there, she let a situation get out of hand, and I don't know if it was malicious or if she just couldn't handle it.
It just she let go.
Do you
She let
think
go.
she was just really lonely and instead of cats, she had rats?
I would like to, but no, she had children, and
That's so odd.
this is what's so mad. And so they had, and there was a pet snake, and I wonder if they were feeding the rats to the snake. It's insane. So we looked around it, and it was like, it needs a lot of work, whatever. You know, that's how you get a place in London. And so then we got it, and we moved in, and there was like a really bad smell, and they were like, oh, you know, like
Did you have a
it's, like,
surveyor
clearly
look
a
at
bit
it before you moved in?
Yes, so I think this must have happened in like the weeks before we moved in.
Wow.
And then we moved, and then it like smelled really bad. So we were like, okay, let's start pulling out cupboards and stuff. And we couldn't. She had cats, and we were like, it was like a bit dirty. So we were like, okay, we'll just. And we pulled out all these cupboards, and then there was like piles of rat shit.
No.
Piles of rat shit, and then we opened this cupboard, and in it
No.
was this sign that said, "Keep drawer open for rat wrangling." And we were like, what is rat wrangling? And then we Googled it, and it's like apparently this way that you can like live harmoniously among rats. I think she had one rat, and she was like, oh, this is fine. This won't get out of hand. And then the rat started like breeding with other rats, and then the house was like getting overtaken with rats. And so then because we pulled out all these cupboards, we like disturbed the rats, and then the rats were loose. My cat like lost its shit and was like literally like clinging to me like a baby.
What really just couldn't the rats won.
The rats won. And then these baby rats started like screaming in the walls. It was like a horror film. It was like we had to flee.
How big were they?
I never actually saw a rat. It was just like we were just surrounded by rats.
Oh my God.
It was
That's even worse. Haunting.
absolutely haunting.
And
yeah.
they weren't even in the kitchen making you breakfast?
They did nothing. They did nothing at all. They were completely unhelpful in every way.
Okay.
But we fled, and then we got this man who, the rat man, and he came.
The rat man.
And he was amazing. He just loved finding rats, and so he'd like jump down every hole. He like went up every part. Like
Wow.
and he was amazing.
Do you ever wonder how people get to their jobs? Like as a little kid, you know, when you're like 5 or 6, they're like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Do you
Yeah.
think he was like, rat man?
I think he was. I really think he was. Like he got so much joy from it. Like he lived his life just tracking rats and like going after them, like kind of like almost like a rat. He was like a rat finding rats.
This to me feels like those doctors who their entire life and their livelihood is based off of getting the earwax out of your ear. I'm just like, how did you find out you loved doing this?
Yeah.
You know, why is the earwax so exciting for you?
They have to love it. I think that's so lovely that you think they just really love it.
I think it's because it's so gross that I'm like, why are you doing it? You could probably do something else.
But it also must be very cathartic to like fully cleanse a house of its vermin.
Yeah, I guess it's like a puzzle that he had to fix, and it was amazing because then I couldn't go near. We couldn't go near it for a week, and then we came back, and then there's no rats, and everyone around us said, like the houses attached to it said they'd never seen a rat or had anyone in there. I don't know if she like lured them in or released the rats. Like,
Did she have an issue with you?
Well, yes, this was potentially it because we got a bit of money off because of a thing with the roof. And so maybe she was angry, or I think she was overwhelmed by life. Like, that's what I think. And she had to leave, and she was trying to live harmoniously among the rats. And nobody told her that rats
Have a vengeance.
And they will get out of hand. Yeah.
This is wild.
Yeah.
So rat wrangling is when you just like leave them food, or just you'd almost like a wasp cake where you're like, well, we're at a picnic and the wasps love this cake, so we'll just leave it for them.
What is a wasp cake?
Yeah, I've never heard of
You
wasp
just give
cake.
it to
I feel like David Mitchell talked about it once on a panel show where they were like, you know, at a picnic when the flies and the bees just to go for one thing, and so you sort of have a sacrificial lamb as part of your picnic.
Well, she sacrificed us and our happiness.
Yeah,
Yes.
Wow.
okay. That's sad.
Yeah,
What
but
happens?
it was actually fine. And since then, and then we completely did everything up. So there's not been a rat since. Like, I just don't want to put anyone off from like visiting or anything. There's been no
When I've been
rats
to your house, I didn't
since
see
you've
a
been.
rat.
There was not a single rat.
There was a
nearby.
dog and a baby.
Do you feel haunted by rats now?
There was a real period where I think we had like some kind of rat PTSD where every time you heard a noise or something, we'd
A ghost rat.
And you know
ghost
what
rats.
that's like?
Yeah.
It's like when you feel like there might be bed bugs in your bed, and it feels as bad as basically having bed bugs.
Yes.
You start twitching and thinking,
I had that. I sat on a
can't
bus seat on Saturday night, and I was like, "Oh my god! Like, what have I
Because
done?
there's a crisis at
What
the
have I
moment. I know.
done? What have I done?"
And oh God.
Yeah,
And now you just sat on this couch that we're also sitting on?
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think that the bed bugs have arrived in London. I'm just going to say
No, they
that.
have.
They
That's
are.
what they're saying. They're here.
Haven't you seen the Victoria line?
What?
Oh no.
Apparently it's on the Victoria line.
Are
really
you
bad.
serious?
Yeah.
Well, that's my line.
That's my
Check
line.
TikTok. Ugh.
What people on TikTok are posting the bugs.
About the Vicky line.
That's so terrible.
What do we do?
But if it's on the Vicky line, it's on every line.
The things though, I was thinking, when does it end?
It doesn't.
How does it end? Like they can't all just like.
They're super bugs.
Oh, so
I
is
know.
there a new breed of them that's like extra resilient?
Yeah, it is. That's what they're saying, which is really upsetting because
But also kind of inspirational. in
it'll
a
go
way.
everywhere.
Yeah, good for them actually.
Good for
yeah.
them that like actually society didn't respect them, and now here they are fucking shit up.
Yeah. Well, when I lived in New York, there were like cockroaches, and then they developed into like cockroaches that like flew up my head. And so like, what if these bed bugs like fly and they become like? I guess then they're just like flies,
Yeah.
and then it's fine.
Ugh, in New York, they're kind of like super bed bugs too. But in New York, I think it's a kind of like your old landlord with the rats. They kind of just live copacetically.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like,
Yeah.
okay, hey, bed bugs,
great
I'm just
word.
gonna get bitten here.
budge up, bed bugs.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
room for me in the
cozy up.
bed. Yeah.
Yeah, come into a form and
Yeah.
cuddle me. You know,
Yeah.
they just live hand in hand because they can't get rid of them.
Wow. So you actually don't like being a rat at the round table?
I actually hate it, and it's brought back really bad memories. for me.
Yeah.
But thanks for having
Anyway,
me.
welcome to our podcast. So great to have you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks so much for coming.
We're just wondering, what is one of your most rattiest recent regrets?
I was saying to Stu earlier. You talk about Stu. Are you allowed to reference? Stu?
Yeah, we
we're allowed to
referenced
reference.
you.
He's the only man that's allowed to be referenced.
Yeah, hello. I have a mic.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's allowed to speak. We let him speak.
What would you like me to say?
Could you turn it off, please?
Yep.
Thank you. Great. Well, I bought cigarettes in Sweden. We're talking about being in Sweden. I bought cigarettes because there's something about being in Europe when you just want to sit in a square and smoke a cigarette.
Oh yeah, there is.
Wow.
There totally is. I smoked a cigarette in Norway and I hate smoking.
But you have to do it.
How was it?
It was, I would like to say it was bad, but it was really good. And now they're making it illegal. I feel
Did
like
you
it's
used
fine.
to
It's
smoke?
actually
Wait, illegal where?
like smoking. They're making it illegal.
They're
Aren't they?
basically
They're like
making
phasing it out.
so the age that it's legal to smoke will get higher every year
But they're not making vaping illegal?
until there are some people that are not. They'll go their whole life without being able to.
So once
smoke.
you're addicted and you're 64, you're fine.
yes,
They're like, you'll die this way probably.
yeah, but then for some 63-year-olds won't be. See what I mean?
Yeah, they won't be able to get their cigarettes.
Um.
You know what's so crazy is that I just imagine everyone in Europe smoking cigarettes all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But I'm also dumb American. So this is like my stereotypical way of thinking about Europe is like everyone kind of just smokes cigarettes and for some reason has no consequences. But in America, if you smoke a cigarette, you die immediately. That's kind of just like how our brains work.
Interesting. Yeah, I think of people in Europe as smoking cigarettes, but in the evening.
This is it. And to be honest, no one else was. It really was just.
Is it like dessert?
It was just me. Everyone stopped. Yeah, but it just felt so glamorous and exciting.
Did you get Vogues?
No, just
normal
trusty
ciggies.
Camel Blues.
Did you
yeah.
used to smoke?
I used to smoke. I can't believe Stu's made me talk about this because I didn't. I used to smoke, but I have never admitted it to my parents. And I have a child. Like I am very much an
really?
adult person.
Do you think your parents would care if they heard that you
I don't know,
smoke?
but it makes me feel so stressed. Like even thinking about it.
There
like
are some things that my mum, I don't want her to know.
They mustn't know. And then you get home and like I'd get home off the bus and they'd be like, you really smell of cigarettes. And I'd be like, my friends will not stop smoking at me. You
Right,
know?
yeah,
And then you're like,
yeah.
just throw them under the bus.
The same thing with my parents. They think I'm still a virgin. And they're like, you smell like cum. And I'm like, men are throwing their cum at me.
It's in my hair.
Yeah.
I can't help
So
it. Yeah.
I know. It's like, it's on my face. It's so weird.
It's so bad.
Good for the skin though.
Yeah.
That's why you have lovely
Great for the
skin.
Yeah. I just went to go hang out with 10 friends and I did not expect it to be a bukkake. I was like, what?
What happened?
I don't know.
So scary. So did you go to Sweden for a gig or to see some
Yeah, I was
friends?
doing some little gigs out there. Went to this place called Mr. Cake.
Mr. Cake?
Which is maybe my new favourite place. Yeah, it's called Mr. Cake. It's got loads of cakes. And there is a Mr. Cake. He is gay, I think, sadly.
wow.
I know.
Okay.
But he's very handsome.
Cool.
He's like Sweden's, I don't know. What's like a cake? There's no cake man here, really, is there?
I don't even know.
Sweden's cake man.
There was Mr. Whippy. Do you remember him?
Oh, yes. That's, I think, the English version. Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, I remember my brother's like 10th birthday party. So Mr. Whippy is like this big foam mascot. I guess it's a bit like Wendy's or like a kind of slightly crappy fast food place, and it would only be like next door to a swimming pool where you'd have like a kid's birthday party.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
isn't
just
Mr.
checking
Whippy
out.
just the ice cream? Isn't that what
Mr.
you say?
Wimpy, Mr.
Oh,
Wimpy.
do you just mean Wimpy?
Yes, but there was a
but
Mr.
you referred to him
Wimpy.
as Mr. Wimpy. Respectful.
No, the mascot
Yeah.
is Mr. Wimpy, I think.
Okay.
Kill Mr. Wimpy, because then all of the 10-year-old boys at my brother's 10th birthday party started chanting, "Kill Mr. Wimpy, kill Mr. Wimpy." And there was this like spotty teenage boy inside, I presume, this mascot suit. And everyone just fucking went for him.
Wow.
And with their like sporks and whatever.
This sounds like Lord of the Flies.
The party got cancelled.
Oh my God.
And my mum was like so embarrassed that like my brother had been this violent ringleader, like trying to get Mr. Wimpy.
This
What
just sounds like what
happened?
happened. This is why boys shouldn't hang out together without
I know,
a woman
it's so
present.
sad.
Where did Mr. Wimpy have to run and hide?
I think he just like he probably handed in his notice that day. I don't know.
Couldn't handle it. It's so sad. I went to Specsavers recently
Oh, did you?
Canterbury, and it was the hearing department's 20th birthday, and we went there because I was like getting a hearing test for their magazine thing, and it was so sweet. They organised this big birthday party, and there was like a man dressed as a giant ear, and he like tried talking to us, and it was like really unsettling because like it just felt really weird, and then it turned out that it was his birthday, but then he couldn't eat any of the cake that was there for the 20th birthday because he couldn't get it through through the hole for the ear, and it was so sad. Yeah, and so he was just dressed as an ear, but he couldn't get any cake.
That's so
tragic
Yeah,
sad.
it's a really
and kind of
tragic story,
surreal.
actually. Yeah.
I have to say, I think I dissociated, but I came back to hear that there was no cake and no ear.
He was an ear, but the ear had no cake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's all
Yeah.
coming together now. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just so tragic.
Yes.
So do we want to do some celebrity gossip now?
Yeah, let's do some celebrity gossip. This is part of our...
I've got something, and it would be interesting from a moral point of view what your thoughts are on it. There are rumours that Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall has been trying to sneak the fence posts of his farm further and further out to try and expand the size of his property. And neighbouring farmers have not only noticed, they've started roping in lawyers, apparently.
Wow.
That's from Pop Bitch.
This sounds like when men shave to make their dick look bigger.
So, yes, do you know who Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall is?
I have not a clue.
So he is a famous British chef who I actually once saw at Axminster Station, which is like near Lyme Regis
What a spot.
Okay.
near the seaside. And he sort of is like he sort of talks like there's a glottal in his throat. Like he's very, he has this prestigiousness about him, and he does lots of food stuff. And what's his like USP as a chef?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Is it like garden stuff? Like he has stuff in his garden?
Gardens and like roasts and stuff.
Is he veggie? He has like veggie stuff.
He's got an uncompromising commitment to seasonal, ethically produced food and produce.
Yes, exactly.
That's kind of cool.
That's what Harriet said, actually.
Yeah, that's actually what I said.
I feel like
mansplained what she said.
I feel like he should have more land then.
That's so good.
Oh, they should just let him have the land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a bad take?
Just let him have it. Yeah.
I just feel like if he cares so much, he's probably doing some good in the world. Does this make me a piece of shit?
No, I think we've got to support those that are trying. But I guess maybe you can't just
move your fence. But also, like, is his fence just a million little wooden rods that he's moving constantly? What's happening?
I have no more information on it. That's just what the rumours are.
Because like
told you the
whole
rumour?
fence.
As I said, the source is Pop Bitch.
Oh, okay. I thought this is just gossip that you like pick up on the street.
I think
Yeah, it was
Hugh
me and my mates.
Fearnley-Whittingstall is crazy that he's on Pop Bitch to me.
Yeah. Now, but I would say, like, what are the ramifications for that? Like, are there any like situations where you think it's okay to slowly move into someone's territory?
Well, ask the rats that were in your house.
Yeah, that's so
Wow,
true.
that's what they did to me.
They did.
But then
They
I got
moved
the
the
rat
fence.
man on them.
You got the rat man on
Yes,
them,
that is
aka the
true.
lawyers in the other story.
They need.
I think I've done that in all of my relationships.
Oh, yes. Just moving things in.
you leave some
but also
clothes, a
psychologically,
toothbrush.
I think that I do that as well.
You
'cause
take
I'm
over their brain space. kind of.
always at the beginning of every relationship. I'm so needy, and they're like, "Go away. This is way too much." And then eventually, I train them so that by the time we break up, they're actually needier than me.
I call
they
that.
miss it.
I call that the smother and disappear.
Yeah, smother and disappear.
Where you
And
give them so much attention and also need so much from them, and
You
then when you disappear,
train
they're like,
them.
"Where did the smothering go?"
Yeah,
And then also, where did that person go? Because I'm trained to give them all this stuff.
yeah, exactly. That's what I do.
And then they're a
evil?
shell of
Am
a
I-
human.
I think I do that because of my own stuff rather than like because I don't mean to do it, but I need so much.
But like what from them?
Contact, communication, time spent, like information. Like if something happens in their life and I've been dating them for like 2 months and they don't tell me about it, I'd feel hurt.
So you just
thing
want a
is, though,
relationship?
I feel like these are basics. I think these are just the basics, but men have made us feel like you're actually asking for loads when you're like, I just want to know what they're doing and I just want to chat to
Where
them.
they
Have you ever
Yeah.
dated a woman? Because I feel like this might be beneficial.
What, to date a woman? I've actually
Yeah, you
never
like
dated a woman before. I don't think I wish I was bisexual, but I think genuinely I'm one of the only remaining truly straight women in this society.
Yeah, that checks out. So then you have to find
Begrudgingly.
I know. So you have to find a man who is somewhat emotionally intelligent
Yes.
/ oversharer
Yes.
/ just good with being communicative.
Yeah. I think I have that in my current relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
I think it's
really
fine.
nice.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
I think you're doing great.
I think so
Thank
too.
you.
Yeah, I don't know about Hugh though. This seems like some fucked up shit. Like I think like what is he doing?
So
like
greedy as well.
He's quite successful. Like why does he feel this need? It's like when people go and shoplift and they already are like
It's like
they
where's
have money
the
and-
limit?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel if it also part of the rumour was that he was slowly moving in on the other farmers' partners?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's just to me something
Is that
is
true?
like psychologically.
It could be true.
Well,
could be
how
true.
far will he go? Like I
We
feel
don't
like what
know.
if he starts like coming like into my garden?
He hasn't
Like,
even-
How far has he got? Like I'm in South London. Like how far is he expanding? Like
I'm just upset he hasn't even once hit on me. So what does that say about me? He's
Yeah, it says that
he's
you
not
kind
willing
of-
to expand.
Yeah, he's not willing to expand. Yeah.
To me?
Are you married to a farmer that he needs? is farming
I should
and stuff
be.
from. Yeah, you should be.
I should divorce my husband just to find a farmer for this reason.
One of my friends is really pleased because her childhood bully is now a cheesemonger. But actually, she's married into this massive dairy empire.
Yeah, that is different. I would say those are two different things. Yeah, but you just imagine there's always a faint sniff of like a whiff of cheese. You know, you can't escape that.
You can't escape that. Like that's how I would feel about working in a fishmonger's. It's like you can't leave without smelling a bit of fish.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Surely it would get into your bones.
But cheese is so lovely.
No, but like old cheese would stick around
stinky
you.
feet cheese. Yeah,
Stinky. And English cheese is like particularly awful, I feel. It's like the most mature aged stink.
That's fair.
Moldy.
I'm just thinking about this guy and him moving the fence. And is it like doing it in the dead of a night in like a costume?
It's
like,
also
is he in like
has
a
he not
weird?
had enough? Has he not had enough success, money, fame? Some people actually the goal.
What if this is a cry for help?
Yeah, I think for some people they'll just never be content.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
The journey is actually the destination for them.
Wow.
Stu, I think it's time for us to have the word of the week, please.
This week's word of the week is pareidolia.
Can you spell it?
Pareidolia.
Pareidolia. I would guess that pareidolia, so we all have a go at defining it, Harriet. That's how it works. I would guess that pareidolia means something related to like paradoxical.
Okay.
So maybe it's like the plural of paradoxes. So like something is full of paradoxes. It's like there's a pareidolia to be contending with.
Okay. I'm going to go with it is a cousin of paraphernalia. And pareidolia is the female version of paraphernalia. Pareidolia could be anything, not just merch, but maybe it's like closely related to your person.
Sure. Okay.
I think it's some kind of flour it's like a really stinky flour that is
Stinky flour.
Yeah.
and the word paramedic is involved because it actually helps people's gonorrhea.
Wow.
Yes. So you put it up there and it helps.
I think your definition is probably spot on. I would say.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Stu, what does it mean?
A psychological phenomenon in which the mind perceives a specific image or pattern where it does not actually exist, such as seeing a face in the clouds. Pareidolia can be used to explain a host of otherwise unexplained sightings.
Oh, this is like the UFO. Did you guys see the documentary Encounters?
No.
About alien? We're ending the podcast, so there's no point in me talking about this.
I need to know.
But
I need to know, actually.
but all these people think that they've seen alien sightings,
Yes.
or been abducted,
Right.
or that they are aliens.
Wow.
But they
Which
think
is-
they are aliens.
There's one woman who is an acting teacher, which makes me feel bad because I'm like, is our profession just a joke? But she is an acting teacher, and she's like, I'm a vessel. And I'm actually an alien, and I chose to be here, and I'm just helping people express themselves. And then this is literally what she does. She'll go, that is light language. She'll go, that's light language.
Wow.
And she'll be like, I'm just communicating what the aliens are saying to me for you. And that is her.
That's gold.
It's pretty great.
Imagine if you were sent by aliens to communicate and nobody believed you, and you were like, guys, I'm literally speaking like an alien. Everyone was like, oh God, it's just Janet, the acting teacher.
Shut
like,
the fuck up.
God,
I know.
that must
Really
feel
rough.
so bad.
To be fair, she does seem like an alien, though. When you watch her do her, but
believe
also I believe a part of it because I want to believe, you know, because I'm like, how cool would that be? You know, if everyone in the arts was just secretly alien.
But I feel like she's being ignored. You know, like if she was an alien, it'd be like front page news. But I think she's just going around saying she's an alien, and everyone's just like, yeah, cool, you're an alien, love. You know, like that must feel bad.
Yeah, but so all these other people think that they have seen aliens and they have had shared experiences, and then other people will be like, we were there that day and there was not an alien in sight.
Whoa.
And so it's really interesting because they're like, no, we saw all these lights, and then even an alien came here and we had this experience that we felt like they spoke to us telepathically. And then basically all the aliens are like, you should care about the environment more, and then disappear.
Wow.
That's the
And
message
why do the
everyone's
aliens care about the
getting.
environment? It's not their environment.
Well, apparently, every time there's some sort of nuclear incident, the aliens are involved, and that's where people mostly see aliens is near nuclear plants.
Einstein again.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, isn't that
Wow.
Here we go.
So, anyway, I don't know why I brought this up.
But it's interesting.
Oh, about the word of the week, pareidolia. But I think all these people think that they saw lights in the sky and then that they were aliens instead
Other people were saying they were there as well and they didn't see it.
yeah. But there's only 4 episodes and they're about 45 minutes to an hour each, and I would suggest everyone watch it.
But there's no proof from it. You still are left just thinking.
You're still left wondering, was this real or not?
Then I don't know if I'm going to watch it.
But people spend their whole lives. One guy ruined his marriage,
Over the alien.
ruined his business over seeking out finding the aliens again because he wanted answers.
I think
So he
wasn't
believed it
that into that
so
marriage.
much.
I
Yeah.
will say.
Or his business.
Yeah, I think he
He was like, let's
wanted
leave
to
this life
escape.
behind.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I think pareidolia. I'll never learn anything on this podcast.
Pareidolia.
Pareidolia. I think it could be real. I think that's a. But anyway,
I do see animals.
I would
a lot
watch
when
it.
I look at clouds, but I refuse to. I think they are there. They're shaped like animals.
but it's kind of like, you know how on 9/11 people would make these demon faces in the smoke. They'd be like, "See, it's Satan who's doing this," and I'd be like, "No, I think we know what happened here." But okay, like it was pure evil, but it wasn't necessarily Satan.
We're going to have to wrap up the
On
pod.
that really happy note,
On that really happy note, thank you so much for coming, Harriet Kemsley.
Thank you for
This
having
has
me,
been Rats of the
Rats.
Round Table.
Harriet, do you have anything you want to plug before you leave?
I guess just that I've got a special out on YouTube. Have you heard of it? It's Harriet Kemsley. That's my name. And the show is called Woman Child.
I can't wait to watch
Can't wait
it.
to watch.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for coming.
Oh my God,
Thanks
thanks
for
for coming.
having me.
Bye.
Rats of the Round Table is a Turtle Canyon comedy production produced by me, Stuart Laws. Please rate, review, subscribe, share the podcast so that more people can listen to it. Thank you very much for supporting.